New Thought Media Network proudly presents the High Vibe Hour. The High Vibe Hour, 60 minutes of connections, insights, and conversations to raise your vibe. Join Rev Julie and Rev Skip each week for an exploration of living a high vibe life. Tune in live every Friday at 11 a.m. Mountain Time or anytime during the week on our YouTube channel. The High Vibe Hour, only on New Thought Media Network.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the High Vibe Hour here on the New Thought Media Network. I am Reverend Skip Jennings, and I am so grateful that today is Friday. I am a minister, an author, a teacher, a yoga instructor. I do it all, and I do it all in gratitude.
And with a lot of style, I might add.
A lot of style, baby. A lot of style, yes.
I'm Reverend Julie Moret. I am a spiritual teacher and inspirational speaker with the Agape International Spiritual Center, founded and directed by Michael Bernard Beckwith. And I love our Fridays. I love our Fridays.
We're doing some great work here at the New Thought Media Network. I love how we get to expand our show and what we're doing. And we're adding in something new. We're calling the TNT check-in, which we talk about tea, and not in a gossip way, but we're going to spill the tea, which means truth. In the slang, the kids are saying, what's the tea? Spill the tea. So we're just going to check in with some tea and truth. So I adore you because you got me re-excited about teas. I've always been excited about teas. And I've had this ritual for the last, I would say, 4 or 5 months now of doing and creating teas just by how I'm feeling, just to get my day going. And I created this incredible blend. And I want to show you this tea blend is a green tea, Jamacha green tea blend, also with a milky oolong tea, along with a little citrus. It is a citrus hibiscus twist right here. Oh my God. So, and then you make your tea in your regular
thing. Show us the thing.
I'm about to do it right now. I haven't even done it yet, but I'm going to close it down right now. This is the first time. Oh, and it smells so good. I took a regular coffee press, made my tea in it, pop it into my Namaste coffee. Life is good. The one thing I am doing though, it's so awesome. You know those glass coffee or teapots that you get for like blooming teas? I love blooming teas. Yes. I ordered one for an early Christmas present for myself.
Oh,
because the last one I had cracked in a move. It cracked in my move. And I'm like, I want my blooming coffee or my tea mug. I want that.
I love it. I love it. And that looks so delightful.
Oh, so yummy. So yummy.
So can you tell us about the different teas? Like, and
Sure.
You know what I'm loving so much is how on the same wavelength we are with this, because we both, last week, I think you brought up the tea thing, and it blew my mind because the day before I had been with a friend and we were out at lunch, and it happened to be a tea shop. It was the only place that was open. And we walk in this tea shop. And so the woman said, just wander through the aisles. It had like all these big glass jars of different teas. And she said, pick out what calls to you and I'll make a blend. And what was so fascinating is each of us picked out just the teas that sounded interesting to us. And when we heard the medicinal healing properties of them, it was like, oh my gosh, it was like, we were plugging into our intuition because it was like perfect for both of us. So it blew my mind when the very next day you brought up your passion for tea. And I was like, well, tea needs to happen on these Fridays.
We absolutely are tea and tea. So the tea that I have, the hibiscus citrus, is for any energy, any cleansing, because citrus can cleanse your body, your mind. It clears you up in your head. Hibiscus is a real incredible way that you can get like a burst of, I want to say, high vibrational energy of hibiscus, which feels really, really good for me. It's not like coffee where it will take me to and then I drop down and want to go to sleep. Green tea for me, and I love this tea here. It is jimatcha, which has green tea and rice. So you taste the rice of it. It's brown rice. It's a beautiful kind of a blend for it.
I've never
And
heard
then
of that. I wonder why they
yeah,
add
and
rice. I've never heard of that.
I think it's for the preserving. I'm going to do my study on that. I'm definitely
Yeah.
going to do more of a study on that. And this oolong milk, it's just a creamy, milky green tea from Japan that I'm just like, I'm just digging it. And I bought the book, and I showed you the book. It's
I
101
did.
recipes for healing teas, creating healing teas. So here's the truth. The truth is, I want to do all these teas, but it's expensive to do them teas like that. And so I'm like, okay, where do I get this type of dry dandelion leaf that comes from the Amazon?
Right.
So that's the truth of it. But I just know that my passion that I put out into the world, the universe meets me right where I'm at. Like we start to jive with our teas and getting it together. So I'm very, very excited about this month and being with you and having, this time that we can have two friends hanging out, drinking tea and getting awakened.
Yes.
Get
And
tea this
I
awakening.
really I like the idea of building up, our tea
Yeah.
library. So we don't have to get all the ingredients all at once. I told you I do a
Yeah.
lot with Shiva Rose's whole beauty book, all her lotions and potions, and I make them all myself and I love them.
Mm.
And there are teas in there. So we can slowly kind of gather our things. So I'm going to share what I've got.
Yeah, please, please, please.
I do matcha lattes, and my
Oh.
plant-based milk is a milkshake. It is, and I had the best experience because I had a girlfriend staying with me for a couple of days, and I'll share my plant milk with somebody like my husband or somebody, and he's like, it doesn't really taste like a milkshake, but to me it does. And my girlfriend was over, and I made her taste it, and she was like, oh, and she's told everybody she knows about it. So I have to share my plant milk recipe. You can use a soy milk, which is
Okay.
like 9 grams of protein if you want. If you're not doing soy, you could take a small handful of almonds, 5 to 10 almonds, mix it in with a cup or two of water and blend that. A lot of people strain it. Like when I first started making plant milk, I would strain it through the thing and it was a big project. I don't
Right.
mind it being a little pulpy. It feels a little more hearty to me, so I don't mind that, but you can strain it if you like. And once you've got the base of your plant-based milk, whether it's soy milk or oat milk or almond milk, whatever it is, then I add 2 dates if I want it sweet. I add 2
Mm.
dates, cardamom, cinnamon, and a little bit of vanilla. And I am telling you, like, love, love, love in a cup. And so I'll do now, because I'm really focused on foods that bump up my protein throughout the day. So I'll do a full cup of my plant-based milk with matcha. And what I love so much about matcha is that it is smooth energy. And so it's not like you said, it's not the boom boom that some coffees can
Mhm.
give. It's like a smooth energy. It's filled with antioxidants, vitamins A, C, E. It's got minerals in it. It's got all these great anti-inflammatory properties. And so I feel like I'm doing something good for my body, but I still get that ritual because I love like warm, yummy, yummy beverage early in the morning. And so so matcha is really what's working for me these days. And to make it a matcha latte gives me like a bump of, 9 grams of protein, something like that. And oh, I love this. Somebody just suggested we grow our own herbs. I have to
Yes.
tell you, my friend Coyle Webb got me a
Yeah.
basil plant months ago, like a little,
Mm.
Home Depot basil plant. I have kept that thing alive and I have fresh basil on almost everything I eat and it feels so good. So amen and yes to growing our own herbs. It's the best feeling.
Absolutely. I
Like,
used to do that.
I have all kinds of things. Yes.
I used to do that in little bumper gardens. And I really, truly, truly believe in growing my own herbs. It's just been one of those years where I have kind of not grown. I normally grow in a bumper garden in the backyard, herbs and tomatoes and all my stuff. I've always gone back to the land, but coming back from Florida to LA, I just haven't done it, and I am going to do it. And I gotta shout out a special guest, Liz. Hey, how you doing? Thank you so much. And she wanted to know, was it chai like or chai? What did you say your tea was? You say anything about
mine's a matcha latte.
A matcha latte.
Yeah, she was wondering if it was chai like. I don't think so. That's a lot of spices, right?
Yeah, I think so. Well, I love chai as well, and I don't do the heavy chai. I do this light sprinkles of chai, sometimes in like a black tea kind of energy, which brings the energy and also giving that spicy kind of taste to it. So, but who's on today is one of my dear friends. Okay, this is the good Reverend. I call her the good Reverend Dr. Tanya Beverly. She's up north, and I met her at Anton. And you know how when you meet someone, you become soul brother and sister right away. It was like we met and our eyes locked. I went, "Oh, I'm in love with you," and we had this incredible. And we start talking about very similar what you're talking about growing our own food. And she has this incredible in Sacramento. She is growing food for the people. Her community grows food. They have farmers markets. Literally, they're feeding their people. And I went, I want to be inspired by you. And she just graduated with her doctorate. And I said, okay, I need to be in tune with you because I'm going through my doctorate at Emerson. And she's graduated from the school I'm entering in right now. I love this woman so much, and I only shout her out because she inspires me to come back to the land like you do.
Yes,
we're here to come back to the land.
It's such a difference maker. And so, as you know, I'm spending part of my time now in the mountains and part of my time in the marina. And so I'm going back and forth a lot. And my vision for the place I'm in the mountains was to do a big farm. But I have not a big farm, a big garden. But we spotted a bear the other night.
Oh, wow.
And there are 16 wild turkeys and about 18 deer. And so I need to maybe, is it Reverend Beverly or Reverend Tanya?
Yeah, she's I call it the good Reverend Doctor.
Okay,
Tanya Beverly.
Doctor. I need to figure out like a structure that all the critters will not get into. But in the meantime, I want to do I have a pot that I bought for the island in the kitchen. And I just want to get back to like some oregano, which is so antiviral and so healthy. I want to get like some of those things. I could talk about this stuff forever. I love
what? And here's what we're going to do, though. Is it okay that we can invite Reverend Tanya on to talk about this? Because we are actually going back to the land. She's a dynamic guest, too. I've been with her, and she lit Anton on fire. She was one of the most dynamic speakers. She's actually very much like you, has become one of my mentor teachers, friends who hold space. So I can't wait to have her to talk about going back to the land. This is such a great show.
Hear all about how you're growing things.
Yes, absolutely.
Hear about your growing.
The good Reverend Doctor. We love you already. So I'm grateful. Are you grateful?
I'm so grateful. In fact,
wow, I love.
I didn't even realize that I was wearing this sweatshirt and the theme of our show today. And then it was like, oh, look at me. I'm on brand.
I was looking for my gratitude t-shirt and I couldn't find it. This is my yoga t-shirt. It says yoga is the answer. Stands for your omni God awareness. That's the acronym. It's part of my t-shirt line. If you go to the wakeshop.org, you can get this t-shirt. That's the yoga t-shirts. And I'm figuring out how to bring these messages in a more I wouldn't say cost-effective way because it costs so much to buy a t-shirt and a thing. But I saw your gratitude t-shirt from your post on Instagram. I was looking for my gratitude teacher because I have gratitude as the answer. I couldn't find it. So the only thing I could match with you was yoga is the answer.
Okay.
But we're talking about gratitude. And when
Yes.
I love about gratitude, this is the heightened, I call this the heightened awareness of gratitude month, because it's Thanksgiving. We have a gratitude day, Thanksgiving. I truly, truly believe we need to be in a gratitude life. But yes, we get to push the restart button. I think this is really important that November is gratitude month so that we can remember. We can remember that gratitude is the answer.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm thinking of gratitude. I think you're going to do a deeper dive on what gratitude actually is. For me,
Right.
when I think about gratitude, right now I'm thinking of it not as like a nice to, but like more as a need to. Because normally when I think of gratitude, it's like
Mm.
a pleasantry. It's like, oh, that's sweet to be grateful. It's almost like an aside. But gratitude
Yeah.
as a technology is like fierce. Gratitude as a technology is game changing in a really
Mm.
meaningful way. And so, one of the things that I want to anchor throughout this month and as we enter the holidays, which can be beautiful and super fun for a lot of folks and can be off the charts stressful for others and can be a
Yeah.
mix of all of it, is I want to talk about employing gratitude as a technology to stay balanced and in harmony with ourselves as we move through all the different feelings and experiences that may come up around the holiday season.
Yeah. Holidays, when we recognize it, we've talked about this. Holidays, I'm spilling the tea here. Holidays have not always been pleasant for me around my blood family. There was
Mhm.
moments I would go home and I would feel a lot of shame from who I am because being around Christians, born again Christians who believe there's one way and you're an abomination. That's pretty much what I heard a lot. Not so much now, and I don't hear it now. They've somewhere the shift happened, but I used to dread going home on holidays. I would be in so much stress and so much fear that I found myself overly consuming alcohol just to be in that space. I would
Mm.
go out with friends, come home, and I would be really inebriated. And it was the only way that I could really deal with this until I got to Agape, literally 25 years ago, and things started to shift. I started to really find, but leading up to that, I didn't like going home for Thanksgiving or holidays. It was not a pleasant time. I was not grateful.
Mm. Yeah. There's something I learned in recent years. I definitely relate to
Yeah.
everything you just shared. I was at a Taoist temple and they were
Mm.
speaking about filial
Ooh,
piety,
say more,
which
say
is
more.
it is about having respect and appreciation for our parents at the simplest level, no matter what
Mhm.
experience a person had. One provided a sperm and one provided an egg. And at the most basic level, it's like appreciation and respect. And for whatever reason, it's like Michael Beckwith says, he says the same thing every single Sunday. And it's just like
Mhm.
when we're ready, we hear it. When
Yeah.
somebody is ready, they get the message. For whatever reason, when I was at this Taoist temple and I heard that, it clicked. And so any old like unforgiveness or issues that I had harbored, it was like there's something that kicked in, a very basic level of appreciation that has helped me during uncomfortable events. And so I wanted
Hmm.
to offer that up. It's like, I don't know, it felt very like a spiritual maturity setting in.
Yeah, I love
I
that
have a good
because it
spiritual
was
brat, but it's a good spiritual maturity that's setting in.
last week we're the brats. Now we're mature. I love how you flow that in there. I love it. Um, and that was the practice that I believe when I graduated from practitioner training and got my license as a spiritual practitioner. And around 2010, I had that thought. My mother served a purpose. My father served a purpose for me to be here, allow them to be who they are, not expecting them to be any different. And can I love them exactly how they are? Once I made that decision, everything shifted. I remember one Thanksgiving, I was home And I went home and we went to church, and the pastor started talking about homosexuality being an abomination. My mother reached over and she grabbed my knee and she said, "Not all of us believe that, my son."
Oh
That
my
was
gosh.
the biggest shift of my life with me and my mother. From then on, me and my mom, we're best friends. I talk to my mom so much. She's my heart. I do anything for her. That was the biggest shift, because that was the Thanksgiving. I did not go home expecting her to be any different.
So did she go on an arc with you accepting? So it didn't start off with acceptance. She grew to get there.
She grew to get there because I grew to get there. I began to love
Say that
myself.
again. Say that again.
She grew to get there because I grew to get there.
That's
A
everything.
lot of this it is everything. And a lot of this was me beginning to study, what does it mean to know that God loves me unconditionally? It really required me to sit down, to contemplate, to journal. My first book was poems of me really finding unconditional love. And it's called Spirit Explosion, because I felt like spirit exploded of love within me in my heart. And it was that journey of me, and I'm so grateful for this journey of where I came from and where I'm at now. It really took me a lot of work to understand that God doesn't love me in spite of, God loves me because of. And looking at all the wonderful ways I show up on this planet, and there's times I got to go into that self-talk. Oh, wait a minute, God loves me. Hold on. Why are you going back there? You know that's not your consciousness. I have to work my way through that.
Yeah. Boy, I really appreciate that. That's so powerful. That's so powerful, that moment when your mom put her hand on your knee. That's just like, oof, I'm so grateful that you had that. And the perspective, like Liz mentioned, she'd be grateful for any family, which I think for a lot of us hearing that, that's powerful. Because a lot of, I hear a lot of people complaining about having to go home at the holidays, but like, oof, that one lands really powerfully. So I appreciate you sharing that, Liz. And then the other part is that creating the family, like when creating who's going to be here now, who is, even if it is streaming into your agape community, like what's your creating community, I think is so important. And like that it's on us to build it, to find our people.
Thank you for sharing that, because I am really, really clear. I have my blood family, which I love dearly. And I have my family that I've created from spiritual communities I've been in, like Agape, North Hollywood, CSL in Florida. These are all my spiritual family. Then I have my fitness family.
Right.
But the key word is family.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I'm grateful for, to stop and really work with that word family. What does family really means? What does family really mean to you, Julie?
Yeah. And we get to decide. It's like the people that, and also I think having different expectations for different groups that I call family. Like I have a different expectation for my biological family than I have for my agape family, than I have for my current, my home family. And so I think that expectations is a big part of that conversation, because when I had expectations that other people could never meet, right? Then I was always disappointed. But that filial piety, which is accepting people as they are, being grateful at this just really basic level, because feels like so much less stress. And then there's more appreciation for whatever is, to be able to appreciate what is rather than be upset by what's not. So that's a big part of it for me. And I think this piece around gratitude, like especially gratitude as a technology, it is, did you want to say more about what gratitude is?
No. Yeah. Well, I was gonna lead us into what is your definition. Then I'll talk a little bit more about the law of gratitude. What is gratitude for you?
What I'm thinking about a lot this month when it comes to gratitude is acknowledging what is. I've been studying a lot of Taoism lately. And Taoism is about being in flow and harmony with the way. The way is the natural flow of life. And it's such an interesting juxtaposition with the life that I think is like societally acceptable, like especially if you live in a big city, there's a lot of grasping, there's a lot of reaching after, there's a lot of wanting, there's a lot of craving, there's a lot of coveting, there's a lot of desiring. And so for me, gratitude now is, can I be grateful in the simple dailiness of life? Can I be grateful, like our beautiful guest, she works in the dirt. Like that kind of simplicity to grow things. Can I be grateful in the simple dailiness of life, the simple smoothing a face cream on, washing my face, combing my hair? Like gratitude has become very simple for me, and it is a domino. When I'm grateful for one thing, it's a domino and it switches the flow of the domino. So if I'm in a pissed off mood and all the domino are falling this way into like everything's screwed up and everything sucks kind of mentality, when I turn on that light bulb of gratitude, then one by one, it starts to shift in the opposite direction. So gratitude is a technology, and the key to that technology is the feeling tone. The difference maker in employing gratitude is getting the feeling tone of gratitude. That's why in prayer, we begin with gratitude. And what we want to do is call to mind all the things we're grateful for. And so I know when people are really in it, it's like, there is nothing to be grateful for. The trick in it, the pivotal moment in the practice of gratitude is cause yourself to shift the energy by becoming aware of at least one thing you can be grateful for. And if there is nothing you can think of, make it up.
You know what? I love what you're saying, because this is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing a lot of Buddhists from you right now. A lot of Zen Buddhism studies is, can you be in the place that you're in and recognize that you're in the place that you're in, because that is all that there is. That is, okay, I'm going to be grateful because I'm sitting right in this chair, because there's nothing else but this chair and me and Reverend Julie and our guests right here. This is all that there is. That's part of the law of gratitude that says that when you recognize gratitude, life becomes enough. It's enough. It's already fulfilling itself through gratitude. I love what you talked. And we're enough. Oh my God. And we are enough. Well, you're enough. I'm enough. I love how you started off this conversation by talking about how we compare. And I have a disease of comparison. I am a comparison like person. I will look, and this is why I stay off of a lot of social media, because I have to really catch myself going, oh, I want to live that life. Oh, I want to have that career. Oh, I want to have that following and that social media. And my lesson for this, and I'm grateful for those moments. Those moments brings me back to, can I just be grateful for the work that I'm doing right here and right now? Can I be grateful for that post I'm posting right now? Can I be grateful for this moment? And then I realize, oh, life is good. Life is good. Life is good. Really good.
And the technology of gratitude dictates that when you get into that consciousness state of life is good, life provides you more that is good. That's the technology part.
That is the first law. I know it's mind-boggling, right? The first law of the law of gratitude is, and I love this, I love the words that kind of mixing with the words, what you appreciate appreciates. It grows. And as we are dropping into this idea of the law of gratitude, I have to go back to the law of attraction, which our teacher, Michael Beckwith, brings up the law of radiance. And I took this when I heard the law of radiance and went, well, that makes sense for me, that from the inside, we radiate whatever's insides that we have, then we become a magnet for. If we radiate gratitude, the universe gives us more to be grateful for. We are a magnet. We are a magnet. And so in that law of
Which
gratitude,
is the good news, bad news. It's the good news, bad news, right? Because you're going to magnetize wherever your consciousness is. Just
yeah.
be real.
And is that really bad news if you're awake and aware that you're in that place of you're being a brat, and guess what? You're getting more of the brattiness. It's like you're a brat now, so here's some more brattiness.
Yes.
The other thing too is I was on another podcast. I got a chance to be on another podcast yesterday as a guest, and she asked me, "Is joy and gratitude the same thing?" And I said, "They're all divine qualities. How God shows up, and how the universe shows up." And I believe that those who are grateful find joy. And those who are trying to get happy and then be grateful, it never comes. I believe true, absolute presence of spirit is joy. It is gratitude then it is connected. It does come together. People who are grateful are joyous people.
Yeah. Because they're not looking for anything out there.
Not looking for a doggone thing.
It's intrinsic rather than extrinsic. What did you just say?
I said they ain't looking for a doggone thing because they got it already.
Yeah.
This tea is making me giddy. And guess what? We have to do a little commercial break right here, but we're going to come back. We're going to talk about more about the law of gratitude. You have a process. I have a process. We have this. How does this show go by so quickly?
I thought you were holding up your cup to say this tea is making me pee. It could be like tea and pee. All right, everybody go.
I love you.
We'll be back.
We'll be right back.
Are you passionate about media, storytelling, and making a difference? Welcome to New Thought Media Network, where your voice matters. We amplify diverse voices and share impactful stories. Join us in our mission. We are a nonprofit organization dedicated to creativity and community, looking for enthusiastic volunteers who want to be part of something bigger, learn, grow, and collaborate in various aspects of media production. Incredible support and camaraderie await you here. Your contributions will help us create powerful content that resonates with audiences and drives social change.
Ready to make a difference? Visit our website www.ntmedia.org to learn more about volunteer opportunities and how you can get involved.
Find our volunteer inquiry under the Engage tab on our website, or visit www.ntmedia.org/volunteer. We look forward to connecting with you soon.
New Thought Media Network proudly presents the High Vibe Hour. The High Vibe Hour, 60 minutes of connections, insights, and conversations to raise your vibe. Join Rev Julie and Rev Skip each week for an exploration of living a high vibe life. Tune in live every Friday at 11 a.m. Mountain Time or anytime during the week on our YouTube channel. The High Vibe Hour, only on New Thought Media Network.
And we are back from our commercial pee break.
Our TP break.
Our TP break. I got to ask you a question though. I love the idea that we're talking about gratitude. What brings you the most gratitude right now? Just the simple little magic. I mean, for me, it's been really feeling the cool air in the morning, waking up and going, oh, it feels like fall, and I'm really enjoying it. And every morning I'm waking up and going, oh, it's really cool. Thank you for this coolness here. What's bringing you some simple gratitude moments?
My feet on the earth. When I am in nature, I feel very plugged in to like source. And so when I go for a hike, especially when I'm in the mountains and I'm hiking, and these days when I get to the mountains and I'm at elevation, it's snowy and icy and I have crampons in my gear. Like I'm still mountain climbing, even after base camp on Everest, like I'm still at it as often as I can. And that brings me, it plugs me in and I get so many downloads. I feel connected to spirit. Like I can hear finally. So that's a big one for me. That's a really
Would
big
you ever
one.
do Everest again? Would you do that again?
In a heartbeat. In fact, it's so funny.
Really?
I had a dinner party a couple nights ago, and one of the couples asked me, and my husband was like, in his mind, like, he thinks I would never do this again. I would do it in a heartbeat because there's something inside of me that feels like I could be faster. I could go further, and it's sort of wild because it was so intensely physically unpleasant. Everything about it was so challenging, but there's something about climbing that mountain. There's something, and so I'm focusing on it spiritually, although physically I am kind of prepping for something.
I love it. I love it. Don't tell. Don't tell at all. So
Alberto Villoldo is a great shaman. He wrote Shaman Healer Sage, and he's got a lot of best-selling books out. And I did a shamanic training with him for 30 days, and I went to Mount Asangate in Peru with one of his shaman and climbed that mountain. And I actually just went back on their site to see like what other climbs they've got coming up, because I want to do like mystical climbs where we do prayer and ceremony all the way up. Everest was just like brute force. There wasn't, it didn't have that component. And that's what I'm really searching for and what I enjoy. So, but I want to do some gratitude stuff. Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to share something that, I don't really share a lot of my, goals with too many people so I'm going to share with just you. No one else is listening. Part of the vision that I received for myself personally, not only taking people to retreats like Bali and Costa Rica, I've done that, but for myself to go on spiritual adventures, which you just mentioned for myself. So it would be, yes, taking people in some places, but then having these journeys purely for my own spiritual growth. Yeah. So stealing away, going to Peru by myself and being with the shaman. So here's something else that you can guide me on. How do I do this?
Although it's not glamping, my friend.
I know. Listen, I'm evolving. I'm
desserts. Every time I've done like a guided mountain climb thing, like food is usually great, like cooked over a fire, but there's always some kind of dessert. There were no desserts on Mount Asangate. I just got to say.
I am so grateful. This is why I'm grateful for. We're going to do some grateful practices. I'm grateful that I'm evolving and I feel there's something deeper that's calling for me besides being behind the screen and being on a pulpit. And that's great, but something else evolving for me to really dive deeper. And part of that is, yes, I'm going to get out of the glamping. I'm going to go for a spiritual journey and ceremony and do this as enlightening for my own self. It's being called for a long time. I just have ignored the call.
All right, I'll hook you up with Wilbert.
Hook me up. So you have a practice for us, a gratitude practice?
I do. And I want to really acknowledge, Liz, I know you're on, and I know you said you're mostly bedridden at this point. And I just want to acknowledge how you keep showing up. There are so many challenges you have faced, and I want to acknowledge how you keep showing up. And as we move into this gratitude practice, the invitation is to become so fully immersed for all of us, so fully immersed in the feeling tone of gratitude, because gratitude it's actionable. It causes action. It causes things to shift. It shifts the frequency. And so I'm so curious, the more earnest and sincere we are as we move into this practice of gratitude, how does it shift things? How do things become different? And I don't know what that will look like for any of us on here, but I do know that the very practice of gratitude is a game changer and a shifter. So in order to move into this state of practice right now, I'm going to invite everybody, if you're not if you're not driving or operating any equipment, I'll invite you to close your eyes gently if that's comfortable. It just blocks out any extraneous distractions. Take an easy breath in. How about let's start by soothing out any survival brain reactivity. You know, when I'm in survival mode, when a human being is in survival mode, we actually don't have access to gratitude. So let's begin by tuning in to soothe out the nervous system. And we can do that with a swift breath in through the nose if that's comfortable. And then slow, slow, slow out through slightly parted lips. And again, in through the nose. And slow, slow, slow out through slightly parted lips. Breathing in through the nose, swift. And slow, slow, slow out through slightly parted lips. This is reminding me of something, and we're going to do it with our imaginations right now, but I invite you to do it in daily life. You can get an essential oil like frankincense is very recommended. Place just a drop in your hand, in the palm of your hand, and you rub it together. Breathe it in, hold, and exhale. And start with that practice every morning, 10 breaths, just putting an essential oil in. I recommend frankincense. When I'm traveling and I don't have frankincense, I'll use lavender or something else, but practice, put an essential oil in the palm of your hand and deeply breathe it in. It goes straight into your brain, into the nervous system, and start to play around with that. We'll say more about that in future shows. Yeah. The power of smell and the power of essential oils. And so just imagining right now that biblical essence, that biblical scent, that scent that was used from the very beginning of time is now going through your whole body, reminding yourself of your true name and nature, that you are being remembered unto yourself.
Yes.
And become aware of, what are you grateful for? What can you decide to be grateful for, right? Because there are days when it feels like there is absolutely nothing. What can you decide? It's a choice. It's a technology. It's not a luxury. It's not a nice to. It's a need to. If we want to shift up, if we want to know happiness, if we want to know meaningful peace, what can you decide, choose to be grateful for right now? Even if it feels like everything else has crumbled down, what can you choose to be grateful for in this moment? We have a lifeline. We have this technology. We have a lifeline of connection that we can access, right? And even that, like Liz just said, she uses frankincense daily. Like we have something inside of us that guides us naturally to that which is for our highest and best good. So to keep leaning into, because we could go all day on everything that's not working, but we want to massively, almost compulsively focus on what is working. And the technology of that focus is that it will cause us to bring in even more in that direction of flow and gratitude.
That's amazing.
Become aware of what you are grateful for in this moment. Just flood yourself up like a fountain. Just keep going. Like, I'm grateful for air. I'm grateful for the sky. If you have clothes on your body, if you have food to eat today, if you have electricity, I'm grateful for. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. And if you feel there is nothing in this moment to be grateful for, make it up. Make it up. Make it up. Because the part of you making it up is your subconscious mind. It functions with volition. It will give you what you need. And so we can begin to shift. It's that domino. We want to shift it towards what you do desire. And if it feels like everything is collapsing this way towards what you don't want, you use the technology of gratitude to turn the tide. Using the technology of gratitude to turn the tide right now. Did you want to layer something in there?
Yeah, I want to say how important and how to recognize the mind is such a powerful tool that we have. We can use it for to uprise, to evolve, or we can use it in negative ways. When you said frankincense, and I saw Liz say I use frankincense every day. When I rubbed my hands, I did not have frankincense in my hand. I kid you not. I rubbed it because I use frankincense quite a bit. Put my hand, and there was a wave of memory of frankincense and I smelt it in my mind. I smelt it in my nose. I tasted it. It went through my heart. And throughout that whole practice, I was in the frankincense bubble.
Yes.
That's how powerful it is.
That's how powerful you are. That's how
we are. Yes,
we are. That is what we are capable of. That is gratitude technology.
Yeah. It is.
Yes.
The practice that is being called forth through me is a simple practice that I use quite a bit, and I call that we have what I call gratitude activators and gratitude itself. Gratitude activators are the things that can activate energy of gratitude in and out of us, in us, just by remembering. So here's what I want everyone to do. Just take a moment. And again, if you are not driving or operating any big machinery, I just want you to close your
right now.
If you're not a tractor right now, place your feet on the ground. I love it. And go ahead and close your eyes. I want you to take a moment and just to, again, go back to the frankincense moment of just breathing in as Reverend Julie guided us through. And I want you to allow yourself to remember a time that you felt completely loved. You felt completely held. A time that you were with maybe a friend or a family member. I want you to remember a time you could have been with your dog, with your children, or could be in nature. I want you to remember one thing about that experience that you can be grateful for. And maybe it's even just recognizing something that you are grateful for, something in your home, something in your life. And as we recognize gratitude as the highest appreciation for God is working in your life, find one activator, something that activates that high vibrational energy in you of gratitude. See it, participate in it, feel it. Now, continue on this journey, and I invite you to remove the gratitude activator out of your mind and just feel what gratitude feels like. Just feel that vibration, the energy that's pulsating through and as you. Breathe it in. And slowly bring your eyes back into the space. We can open up. It's an absolute reminder that gratitude is an absolute quality. That we have things that activate gratitude within us. We have things that are the catalyst to bring us joy. Things of, I'm always in laughter when I hear a baby laugh.
Yeah.
That is so incredible. In fact, my text notification is a baby laughing. So I can bring that into my mind and just feel the vibration. And I don't have to hear the baby laughing, but I can remember what the energy of gratitude really feels like within me. This is the key, remembering that gratitude is available no matter what, every moment. If we just say yes, if we just say the practice, it's in us. It's an absolute quality, like love, peace, gratitude. It's an absolute quality. We can always come back to home base in gratitude at any time.
Yes. And you know what that reminds me of is that it's always in us. Like no matter how weathered we feel by life and
Mhm.
events in life, I sent you a picture a couple days ago of it was of you. And I feel like you should post it because you look
Mm.
so innocent, so sweet. I did a screenshot during one of these shows and then I enlarged just your face and it was like it's like the purity of us never goes away. We may feel hardened or weathered by the storms of life, but the purity of us is always there. And that's like that internal, like river of gratitude that never goes away.
Mhm.
It's something that's always present. So I feel like you should post that, Skip Jennings.
I will. I
Post
will
that
eventually
sweet
post it. I meant to
picture.
post it today. I meant to post it yesterday. In fact, I did a whole video for our social media yesterday. I was going to surprise you because you're the social media queen for our show, and I just didn't get to it. Life be lifing is so interesting how you decide to do one thing. You have I don't have a to-do list. I have a God list now. And my
Yes.
God list is the things that, and then being being an assistant minister at a community, life be lifing. So I had, clients calling me, members calling me going, I need some prayer. And then after that, I was just like, oh, okay, well, I'm done now. I'm going to go and take a little nap. Well, at 10:30 last night, I woke up and I know what I said. Well, thank you, God. I need to sleep.
Good. Good.
I need to sleep. So
You know what I want to do? I know we're going to go
sure.
into like our takeaway, like what we're taking or what we're going to embody from this time together.
Mhm.
I would like to invite people, including us right now, to remember already. This is a technology. We'll do more of it throughout this month. Remember already how rich, how nurturing this holiday season was. If you practice Thanksgiving or whatever throughout the month of November, it's a technology of gratitude to remember already before it's even
Mhm.
happened and
Mhm.
get an image in your mind's eye of how you most ideally desire yourself to be through the holidays, whether you are with others, whether you are not. Get an image that will work for you. And that way we moving up and about, maybe you can send letters of appreciation or acknowledgement to others, but to
Yeah.
be like at the helm of our lives. And so I'm just going to invite, like, if you want to jump in, get it. What's a memory already of a way in which this holiday season was, it was just so nurturing. It was so
Yeah, and
fortifying,
you're
whatever it
dropping
was.
into quantum physics now. You're into that quantum field that you can. It's because it's really happening in some other
Yeah.
dimension. What you're being grateful for right now that you acknowledge in your mind and your spirit, it's actually happening somewhere else. Or you can project it into, the future never comes, but it's in that quantum field of the future. How do I want? Because I'm going home for Thanksgiving. So what I'm hearing Spirit saying, how do I want to participate with my family at
Yes.
Thanksgiving? And it's going to be good. It's going to be full of gratitude, full of love. My mother's 92. It's going to be a beautiful experience. There's not much that she can do anymore, but I get to go home and cook for mom. I'm already seeing it. I'm already in it. So,
Okay.
my takeaway, I'm going to just jump in. My takeaway from this experience is Number one, I love laughing with you. I am so grateful for you. This was a fun, laughing, incredible experience today. I'm grateful for all the people that jump on this show and they watch afterwards. I'm grateful for, my friend, Reverend Dr. Tanya jumped on. I'm just grateful for this show and what we're doing and the things that we're creating. So my takeaway is this is good. We good. You and I are good. This is God all through this. I'm grateful for the high vibe hour. That's my takeaway from this show today. Rev, what's yours?
And we have a new show title, T and P.
Yeah. T and P.
So my takeaway is I really am setting the intention to employ the technology of gratitude, to employ gratitude as a technology to keep myself on track through all the demands and the stresses and the things that may or may not even come up, the anxieties that are potential for this month in particular. And my commitment is to really stay true to not only my workouts, but to getting into nature. So I am saying yes to really vigorous moving my body in the mountains, like icy, snowy, pumping my heart, getting my cardio going, because that really helps me when I'm feeling anxious and stressed and all the things. So I'm seeing it already. I love it and I'm grateful. And I'll post more cave pictures. There's this one hike. It takes 3 hours to get up to the top, and I love it. So I'll post cave pictures.
Oh my goodness, I love that. You are my inspiration. These pictures that you're going to post, where can people find these pictures you're going to post?
The best place is follow me on Instagram at Rev Julie Moret. That's where I do everything. And when I remember, I share it to other places, but everything kind of starts at Rev Julie Moret. When I'm teaching, you'll find out there. You can also sign up for my email list on juliemoret.com. I don't send out emails, but when I have classes coming up, you will get an email. So you might get one email, twice a year.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So you can follow me at Rev Skip Jennings on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. I don't tick or talk all that often as much as I should, but you can come to my website, skipjennings.com, where you can sign up for my newsletter. And I'm just the opposite. I send like 4 newsletters a month, but I do other things about it. I have a focus. I write an inspirational email to my folks. There's about 800 of us that we group together, and I just send out a post every other month or every other week, and then I talk about the things that are happening. Speaking of things that are happening, I have a trip to Bali that I'm very, very excited about, and we're almost there. Bali trips is March 14th, 24th. We have 12 people, and we're looking for
27th to the 27th.
So the 14th to the 27th of 2026. Okay. We have 8 people. I mean, we have room for 8 more people. We want to cap it off at 20. I know that there's some viewers out there, people out there. Some people already reach out to me that could be jumping in. In the program notes, there's a click there's a link that you can go to for the information meeting that's coming up on Sunday, November 15th, I think it is. That's Sunday at 5 p.m. But you can sign up. You can register to get more information on how you can go on a beautiful sacred journey to Bali with me. And also just to know that we are here for you throughout the holiday season. If you need to reach out, if you're looking for some extra love or prayer, drop it into the feed, because Reverend Julie and I, we love to pray. We love to pray.
We do.
We can do, so.
And I'm starting to toss out prayers just on my Instagram like every week. So it's a great place to anchor in. There'll be a prayer every week.
I love that you do that. You do that. All right, y'all. Well, that's our time here at High Vibe Hour and the New Thought Media Network. It's been absolutely amazing. I love what we do here. And remember, y'all, transformation is a choice you can choose today. Love y'all.
See you next week.